Hey guys, what is going on? This is Zip of RageQuitTV, gonna be casting a match between Goody and HayprO. Of course, HayprO on Team Liquid, Goody from Team ESC. He is also known as the Panzer General and now known as the Supply Block Terran. He supply blocked himself quite a bit at the Home Story Cup, and the Koreans kind of made a bit of fun of him. But in Goody's defense, there wasn't a time where I saw him playing that he didn't have a beer in front of him. The Home Story Cup was also known as, well, the cup where everyone just got drunk. I've seen pictures of Stefano, and I saw his play day 2. He was hung over, and, well, he played like crap. However, Goody is known for making his opponents make mistakes. It kind of sounds odd, like, how do you do that? And I don't exactly know. Goody just plays, like, so strategically, and many players just underestimate him because of his APM. Goody known for playing mech, and there's a lot of jokes why he likes mech so much because, well, with a factory, 1 click can equal 6 supply. But Goody has even changed his play into bio. I recently saw a game between him and the Lush where the Lush kind of BM'd him saying, losing to you going bio. Might as well just quit now. I mean, it was kind of humiliating to lose to Goody playing bio because he's known as such a bad bio player. However, he's worked on it quite a bit and can play bio in any matchup except TV. Well, he can play it in TVT. He rushes if he goes bio. He doesn't play it well in TVT. Mech is definitely his strong point, but he switched to a full-time bio user in Terran vs. Protoss just because he thinks mech is viable. It's just really hard and really lame. He says you need to put a lot of PFs down, which no one really likes, not even Goody. So he switched to bio and PVT, and he seemed to have a pretty good one. He did lose to Grubby in the Home Story Cup, but he beat Rhett and also Destiny. Also, back in the Battle of Berlin, Goody pulled one of the biggest upsets in a while, taking out Stefano, I believe, in the semifinals or maybe the quarterfinals, and so many people got upset by that just because it's Goody. I mean, people just think this guy is horrible, but let me tell you, he wins so many of those weekly tournaments, it is ridiculous. And you may be wondering why I'm kind of focusing on Goody right now. The game is from Liquid HayprO, like a replay pack of him, and I plan on casting a lot more of his games. I'll focus him a little bit later. I found out about the Team Liquid replay pack on Reddit, and someone on Reddit said, hey, please cast the Goody games. Not to me in particular, but they just wanted the Goody game cast. So I'm casting and assuming he wants to see Goody, so I'm kind of talking about Goody, as he does put an eBay blocking some of the minerals. I don't know how effective this is, but it is cute nonetheless. He is going to be forcing HayprO to, well, take out this eBay eventually if he wants some of those minerals. And what else is there about Goody? Yeah, he beat Stefano. He makes people make mistakes. I don't know what else I can really say. He did open up with a 2-Rex expand, which HayprO, has he scouted it yet? No, he has not got any scouting yet. He knows that Goody is not at this space, and I heard there's Lings attacking. Yeah, they're going to be attacking this eBay. And one thing that HayprO really should focus on, and he may not have to because they spawn cross positions, but something every Zerg should be doing in ZVT is when you have idle Lings, and you know you don't need them, put them right here. And HayprO now going out to scout. This scout is a little bit late. Maybe not. He's going to build a spine crawler. Yes, he is going to be building a spine crawler. He doesn't scout, but the Hellions should be coming to HayprO's base in about 20 minutes if Goody was doing any reacted Hellion build. So he starts that spine crawler, just ensuring it is up in time. I actually think it may be like 5-6 seconds late, but that's not the biggest deal. But as I was saying, take out these rocks. Always take out these rocks if you have the spare Lings. You really will lose to that, but let me tell you, if you lose to that strategy, you are going to want to break your keyboard, especially when there's casters telling you, hey, you know what's great to abuse that many people don't anymore? These rocks. And yes, I am referencing another Home Story Cup game. I found it so funny when Destiny kept saying, he should really be taking out those rocks with the idle Lings. I hate that. This is a cute strategy that just doesn't happen. Oh, look, it's happening. And, well, that's how a Zerg may or may not get eliminated from the tournament. We do have a Roach one on the way for HayprO. He did scout a lot of Marines. He hasn't seen any of the barracks, but The Roach one may be the correct call. I think Speedling Opener would have been much better against this play just because Speedlings demolish Marines if they do not have stim. And now the Overlord is going to be coming in here. Again, he doesn't really have much scouting. He came up to here and saw Marine, so maybe got the Marine count and knows it's a Marine plan, knows that Roaches can do well against them. He was trying to take another base. The Marines do see that cancel and do pick off that one drone. And Goody is definitely playing bio right now, as he does have these 3 barracks, but that doesn't mean he can't switch into a Marine tank, as he is now getting 2 factories. And he tries to place this one factory where the Overlord won't see it, but it does anyways. And now, oh my god, a 3rd factory. And, well, no surprise, Goody is supply blocked right now. So, that's what happens when you play against Goody. Maybe I was being too kind. He has 3 supply depots going up right now to unsupply block himself. That one queen almost does fall, but you know what? Goody, he's going to be able to make a tech switch like a Zerg player. Just having 3 racks, 3 factories. What's next? 3 starports? I doubt it would be that. He is going to be taking another command center, so this looks like it is going to be the 3-3-3 build, which is 3 command center, 3 racks, and 3 factory. Also, building supply depots 3 at a time. He is going to be getting another engineering bay, most likely, so he can get an armory. It looks like he is switching up into his mech play, which should take HayprO by surprise, but he sees all 3 factories. Goody is getting a blue flame upgrade right now, and HayprO is switching into Roaches, so that blue flame not going to be that bad against Roaches. But if Goody masses tanks, these Roaches are going to be absolutely devastatingly horrible. Roaches do not do well against tanks, and we have HayprO taking his 4th base. He knows that Goody has way overextended himself in terms of tech, so HayprO is going to take advantage of that and just expand around the map. Because Goody was supply capped for so long, he just doesn't have the army to move out across the map. Well, maybe he does have the army to do that, but HayprO just saw Goody teching up like a madman, so he's like, okay, now is my chance. I can get these hatches up now, and by the time he starts building units, they will be done, and these will also be production buildings. So right now, HayprO is kind of just scaling to Goody's production. Goody has a lot of production, and now HayprO has an insane amount of production on 4 hatches to the, I guess this would be 3 bases of Goody. As soon as this one lifts up and lands, we'll see how long the command center does take to go up. It is 10:30 in the game when the OC does finish. Now this Overseer is going to come in, just get more of a scout, try to figure out what's going on. He's going to see the tech lab was researching, and now it stopped. So he knows something just finished, and he sees more tech labs. And Siege Mode now started. The Overseer is going to see research again. So now HayprO should know that either Blue Flames or Siege Mode is done, because, well, 250mm cannon just will not happen. He is spreading out his Overlords just to deal with any type of drops, and HayprO has great vision around the map. Amazing vision on this whole side of the map. And down here, he has this one Overseer that will probably be moving, and he will be vulnerable to drops at this one base. Goody looks like he wants to secure that 3rd base about a minute and a half after the OC finishes, so that is definitely very good. Maybe not. He is going to be building some more SCVs, and now we have HayprO with a lot of Roaches, but Goody is starting his tank production. I want to say he's getting 1-1 for his mech right now. He has quite a few Hellions, and yeah, 3 more tanks do stroll on down. Goody is supply blocked yet again at 121 supply, not building a supply depot. We do have HayprO going to be coming in, taking out this one missile turret, which isn't really needed because Mutas doesn't look like what HayprO wants to do. He is massing up Roaches, which means all his gas is going into this Roach tech, which means he can't switch over to Mutas. He is not supply capping himself like Goody, so he is not stacking any minerals whatsoever. And now Roaches come in for the flank, kind of trapping all this bio units, but they do fall back into, well, what looks like to be a not good concave. He was hoping that his tanks would be in range. They are in range to protect his command center, and that's definitely what matters. Goody's switching his units to the other side, so now that his units can have a concave, and luring those Roaches back into his siege line. And the Blue Flame not really helping him one bit. HayprO doing the smart thing and not getting any lings, and he is just denying mining at this 3rd base. 113 supply to 160. And HayprO getting tunneling claws right now with more Roaches. So it looks like he wants to burrow on top of the tanks. And now all those Roaches do get trapped right here. going into the worker kill tab. It's only 5, and now he reveals he has burrow, which I think may be a mistake. I would rather lose 4 roaches than say, hey, I got burrow. Because, well, now Goody will know to definitely protect his tanks with vision so he doesn't get burrowed upon. HayprO still just massing up roaches, and these roaches still just chilling out down here. They may go up and do some damage. Going in this unit's loss tab, we do have Goody losing a little bit less, even though how much favor that fight looked into HayprO. These tanks, though, they do a lot of damage against roaches. And HayprO sending in even more roaches. Has 10 more in production. He has Ventral Sacs researching. He will be getting overload speed in about 50 seconds. And now the roach is going to be going in. But there's so many tanks behind here. HayprO definitely did not expect that many tanks. He is going to go around the side. There's no tanks on this high ground to deal with roaches in this one area. But Goody is starting to move his tanks, and these roaches definitely are going to be falling. This is very expensive for HayprO to just keep on losing. He is way ahead in supply, but you got to keep in mind, these roaches, they're not supply efficient, and now they're going to be trying to escape by taking out these rocks, giving themselves an escape path, which is definitely a good idea, but the tank's going to be sieging back up and will get a few hits, but the roaches do get out. There is another rock for them to take out, but they have high ground now, so the roaches do escape thanks to being able to take out those rocks. And what are you doing, HayprO? Even building more and more roaches. If at first you don't succeed, try, and try again is his motto. But that is not a good motto against a meching Terran, because 3 or 4 tanks, it's scary. And, well, you can lose your army to that. When they have, like, I don't know, 8 tanks with upgrades, yeah. I mean, it's only going to get stronger each time, and your force is going to get weaker each time. So you can't really whittle down a tank force with units that aren't killing the tanks. Goody is losing the bio units and the Hellions, but HayprO not building any lings, so that doesn't matter. His overload speed and drop, though, is finished. So now HayprO is going to try exploiting the mobility of Goody, and that's definitely what he has to do. But Goody looks like he sees that coming. He probably saw like overload speed or something, has started moving units back into his main. And this is what makes Goody a good player. He is seeing this coming so far ahead. He gave up all his position right here, expecting something like this to happen. HayprO now going to be doing a drop, but Goody, he's waiting. And this is what I mean. Goody just forces his opponents to make mistakes. This looks like a brilliant play against a meching Terran. But little does he know, Goody is just sitting and waiting for him. The roaches are walking into a trap, and now Goody's like, you activated my trap, good. Come. And he has his tank split up, so the roaches just going to be dropping to their death, it looks like. And now Goody falling back to the edges, so his tanks down here could possibly help him. And this drop doing a lot of damage, actually, even though Goody was waiting for it. That Raven did not have enough energy, 4-point defense run, which I think works on roaches. And you see HayprO now focusing down Tech Lab, stopping tank and Thor production. Such a smart plan. Maybe it doesn't work on roaches since he is getting missile turrets. These Thor's doing a good job on the roaches. But the thing that HayprO is failing to do, even though he's expanding all the way across, like everywhere, he is failing to kill any units of Goody. He's doing a great job at hindering this tech. But you know what? Goody has 83 SCVs versus the 79 drones, so he doesn't have a large army by supply, but he's got a scary army. I mean, against a meching Terran, it's one of those things you just don't want to let them do. You don't ever want to let a meching Terran get to 200, because that is going to spell disaster for you. Once mech hits 200, they are free to, well, control easily more than half the map, and then start going into areas and isolating your bases and then picking them off. HayprO is going to be doing another drop, and we'll see if Goody is ready for this one. He has already abandoned his main. None of his units are here. He has everything down here. So it looks like HayprO is going to make yet another mistake. Goody, the Panzer General, just can see anything coming a mile away and always has his troops nearby. But, oh no, there's a Burders. I thought it was another drop going to do a cutesy pincer drop. And now SCVs are falling, but Goody may not care about that too much because he's near max. And, well, the more SCVs that fall, the more Thors and tanks Goody can build. Hellions going down, but Goody does not need Hellions at this point. He is starting to switch into Vikings, which hopefully HayprO sees, and HayprO doesn't start building Broodlords because the Vikings are coming out. And any the way you can take out Vikings is either Corruptors, which won't do good against Thors. They kind of group up and Thors do a lot of damage to them. And these Auditors actually helping against the Lings. You can see HayprO again trying to take out all the tech labs. And he may get 2 of them. They may burn to the ground. However, again, making the mistake of not killing Goody's army. Goody is going to take another base here. HayprO does see it with some burrowed roaches. And again, Goody is preparing to go up against Broodlords, and he already kind of has a good anti-ultra force. Goody is just all around solid. And Infestors, they can get beat by tanks. Tanks have such good range. And it all comes down to a micro war, which Goody probably would lose, to be honest. So we'll see exactly what HayprO goes to. My apologies, I haven't had the production tab up for some time. But all you've been missing, roaches being produced, and, well, Goody trying to get tanks and Thors out. And HayprO, again, with so many bases. However, Goody has hit that 1 point where it's definitely scary. His Thors are at 3-3. All these Banelings, and just look at the tanks obliterate those Banelings. So much annihilation going down on them. Roaches now being dropped on top of the tanks. But Thors do very well against roaches, and so do tanks. The roaches go down very quickly. Going into this loss tab, HayprO losing 6,000 resources more. And now it's 162 supply to 150. Goody building 2 Thors and 5 Vikings right now. And moving across the map, sieging up some tanks. And Hellions now coming because he expects Lings. And Goody again, perfect decision making for Goody. Switching in, moving his units wherever they have to be. And the Lings look like they will possibly overrun it. Lots of Banelings coming in, taking out a few of those Hellions. But they're going after not the Hellions. I think the right call would have been just attacking the Hellions and these Thors. Vikings killing off Overlords to try to prevent any drops and supply cap HayprO. But HayprO now getting 11 Ultras. And Chitinous Plating, 3, 2. 2 on the melee, 3 on the armor. And Adrenal Glands for his Lings. But he is going to start losing base, and this is what I'm talking about. He can kind of just cut off the reinforcement line and then pick off bases one by one. We have Vikings now taking out more Overlords. Goody doing a great job at picking those off. 160 out of 200 supply. HayprO just has way too many Overlords. He has 18 Overlords, and that is, well, enough to put him at a lot of supply. Those Ultras going to easily clean up absolutely everything. The Raven going to be going back home. And the Ultralisk would definitely good. He didn't have time to get Broodlords out just because Goody was up in his face. And he only lost this one base. The supply still even, 146 to 156. Ultras, though, 1-2 upgrades. They do have that Chitinous Plating right in a few seconds and will have armor, so they will be 2-3 with Chitinous Plating, but Goody is at 3-3. And man, is that a lot of Ultras? They can take out a Orbital Command so quick. And oh my god, 16 Mules from Goody. He is building a lot of Orbital Commands back there. He has 4 Orbitals just for muling purposes. He won't have many bases, but man, will he be able to mine like the pros. Going to the SCV count, he did go down to 54 from his 80 earlier in the game. So that just shows you he's not really caring about SCVs too much, as he just has so many Orbitals, and these Orbitals even near 200 supply. So that's 8 mules between the two. And yeah, let's go to this income tab. I don't think we want to, but Goody, he's mining off of essentially one base right now, and he's at 3k minerals per minute. I mean, I guess this is a few patches, but this is the main thing. 4k. I saw a 4k spike. Ultras are now going to go and try to take out that base, but the mules, they've already mined quite a bit. So that base, even though it gets lifted up, he is going to be losing mining time. It's not going to be that bad. And oh my god, Ultra's coming in over here, but getting obliterated. Now Goody is going to come in for this position and just try to trap all the Ultras right here. Going to this production, we do have a Spire on the way, so he's going to try to switch, and those Hellions are toasting the one Ultra with the Thor support. And now we have a lot of Ultras and Lings trapped up here. I'm kind of curious if HayprO will just use Overlords to take them out. He can't really engage. I mean, Goody just has to siege up at this ramp, and everything will get stuck in this one choke. We have a bird zergling. I don't know why. It's not Baneling, but it's just a bird zergling randomly. And here we go, the Overlord force for HayprO coming to evacuate his troops because those Ultras are stuck. They cannot leave. They need that Overlord support, which they will be getting. And we have Burrowed Infestors, quite a few of them, just going off over here. It looks like, I don't know what he's... Oh, he's going to try to kill those Vikings because he is going up into Broodlords. Gets a Fallen Girth off on them and gets Infested Terrans. And now this one that was trying to retreat just can't. So not only is this going to secure the Overlord so they can get all the units out, but it is also going to lower the Viking count for when we go into an Ultralisk Infestor Broodlord composition. And now these Infestors look like they will be going down. Scans go down so they can't burrow. And now all the Ultras do drop on top of all this. One Ultra does go down. Looks like 2, 3, and he's not picking them back up. It looks like he was trying to. He got 2 away. But at the same time, a few Ultras do hop down here, force the base to lift off. And right now, HayprO is doing some great harassment against Goody. And this one Ultra looks like it may have to be picked up. Will it get picked up? These Hellions can kill it quite easily, especially with these tanks. The Overlord does not get a chance to pick it up. And right now, we do have that Greater Spire and a Nidus Worm. What is that Nidus Worm? 1 queued up right there, so he's getting 2. Ah, right here in the main, he has this one. And then there's going to be another one immediately up here, as we do see that going. So a Nidus, but Goody does have units back here to defend against this. But HayprO is already getting ready to attack this base yet again. And this is Goody's main mining base. There is a Bird Roach stopping anything from landing there. And now, here we go. This Nidus does pop. We don't have another worm just yet. I'm kind of curious if he's going to go back to the main. And yeah, he has the main queued up. We have a run by, which means there's probably a Nidus right there. Yep, there's one in the natural. HayprO just building Niduses everywhere. These Ultras are going to have to retreat, go back in the Nidus, and then they can hop into the natural. And then once that happens, they have another one where they can start evacuating out of here. So HayprO saying, you know what, I don't need to engage a siege line ever. I can just go anywhere on the map, and what this is doing is this is making these Ultralisks last forever. HayprO's not really trying to do damage. It looks like he's trying to get a tech switch. So he's just making these Ultras last without Goody suspecting a thing because 12 Broodlords are in the making. And now Ultra's still over here, gonna take out that armory to stop any Thor production. And they get back up into this, and I don't think there's any more Niduses. Maybe there is. Yeah, Nidus still up here. Ultra's gonna come back down here, harass this one base. This harassment is absolutely ridiculous from HayprO. And there is another Nidus going off in this main doing that, but it gets canceled. I don't know why it got canceled, but he's rebuilding it somewhere back into the natural. So he cancels the Nidus and decides, you know what, let's go to the natural again. And here it goes. The Nidus is going to come in the natural. This one Nidus still lives. Goody just trying to put his units to defend against everything. Here they go, back at this one Nidus. It may be smart to leave random siege tanks in his bases to stop these Niduses from happening. And we have 6 more Broodlords making, so that is going to be 18 Broodlords for HayprO. And he's still got that one Nidus up here. Gonna probably go back to this base. Thankfully, even though Goody keeps losing all of his SEVs pretty much, he's re-muling this place up like a boss. And back to 17 mules. But we do have the death. Oh my god, there's no anti-air with this army. No anti-air, but there are Ghosts and Thors. There's no Vikings. There are 2 Ghosts out, 9 Thors, 1 Raven. And these Broodlords are clumping up. Oh my god, HayprO, start splitting your Broodlords. Do not leave them clumped up. The Thors are coming. And their Javelin missiles are gonna start going to work along with their snipes. But oh my god, the Broodlords taking so much damage. Oh, they're clumping up as they retreat. Those Thors just raining down fire. Corruptor's gonna be corrupting these Thors, but oh my god. Thor's doing so much damage. The Broodlords only have +1 armor, while the Thors have +3 attack. And those Broodlords were clumped up. There are 5 Broodlords remaining. Goody may have just won the game there with his mass Thor We do have another Nidus going off, trying to stop Goody from moving out, but honestly, the Nidus has one Ling in it. There are two Ultras. HayprO does not have an army, and I think this is going to have to be GG, guys. HayprO is morphing in 6 more Broodlords, but I mean, Goody's army now just looks like it is too big. 111 supply in the army, 266. You may be saying it's even food. Well, Goody has 23 SCVs to the 66 drones. These Lings are coming in. Lings don't do that well against 3/3 Thors in big, big, big numbers. They just can't get the surface area. Maybe if you have Stefano's control and manually micro those Lings to surround, it may do well. But the Thors they have the highest ground-to-ground DPS. I think the highest DPS in the game on the ground-to-ground attack. It is ridiculous. 78 damage? Am I reading that right? Yeah, 78 damage per volley. And on the air, it's not too bad. It looks like that is 82? Or maybe 72? Yeah, 72 damage on air volleys, because 4 attacks. So, yeah. I mean, I think this is it. Goody has a lot of Thors and is starting to move across the map. They are injured, though. So they could be going down. They aren't getting repairs, and HayprO is going to be calling the GG. He does not have a force to deal with this. Only 385 minerals. And, well, he was getting mined out absolutely everywhere. But you know what? It's an IP. Oh, man, hiccup. It's an IPcast, so we're not done just yet. We're going to pull up SC2 gears, so give me a minute to open that up. I have not got a chance to look at this, because you know what I am going to reveal? Today is your lucky day, because we are going to find out Goody's EAPM, and that is effective APM, and also his spamming APM. How close are they? We'll find out now. Hold on, that is... I don't know why it always does that, but it does. Oh, whoa, BM, not screen region. Screen window. There we go. And now I'm in SC2 gears. Let's go into replay search, add folders, StarCraft 2, IP, replays, multiplayer, open list, hey, goo. And here we go. HayprO, his average injection gap, 30.4 seconds. Not too good. He kind of stopped injecting here. He stopped having money here as well, but he stopped injecting, which I never like. Did he have queens at the end of that? Yeah, he did. He had 4 queens. If we look back at this game, we will probably see all of those queens at max energy. So hold on one sec. 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. Oh, that's 191, 190, pretty much. So, yeah, he did kind of stop his injects come late game. So, what else is there to go to? APM. Oh, game info would tell us this better. Goody, EAPM, 105. His spam APM, 123. HayprO, 212, 142. And 105 isn't actually half bad. Goody is getting a lot faster. And let's see, hotkey usage. Goody looks like he has decent hotkey usage. He loves that 5 and the 1. I don't really know if there's anything else. I wish this graph would be like the after game graph and show ups and downs. I still got to do a lot of research in SC2 gears. I mainly just use it when I play Zerg to look at my injects. But I'll start learning how to, like, the correct graphs to overlay and stuff. And we will be getting a lot better graphs. So hopefully you enjoyed the cast. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. I do at least 1 cast a day. Today is going to be 4. Because there are already those 3 Stefano games up. And then the Redditor had made me cast another game. So, yeah. Take care, guys. And I will see you